Hey guys, I'm Jackie.
And I'm Davey, and welcome to the Weekend Hangover. We got it that time.
I think this is the first intro that we've done that we haven't totally
messed up. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's quite all right. How's your weekend so far? We got a nice 3-day weekend. Well, you do. I got to work tomorrow. I couldn't say no.
It's been okay. Like, still in the household, we're still trying to fight this bug that we all got. Like, there'll be one day where my husband and I will feel fine, and then the next day it's like, nope, I'm not over it yet. So today's my day where I feel good and he feels like crap. So
I've heard that from a lot of people. A lot of people can't break that fever though. Like, a lot of people can't, like, it keeps going 90 something 100, 90 something 100, 90 something 100, and it just keeps coming and going. I
don't know, but we were going to do some like cool fun Labor Day stuff, but I went to Sam's Club instead. So
did you buy anything good? Did you buy any like pools? Or well, it wouldn't be. You should buy it. Now is the best time to buy one of those inflatable pools because they're like $4.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No. Everything's cheap now because it's going into winter. It's going into white girl season.
I love white girl season. The basic bitch season. I love it.
Chrissy McCoog says,
# Team Raquel. Girlfriend. I wanted to call you on this and I didn't because I wanted you to hear it on here. So we will talk about it.
I mean, I really have to get back into Vanderpump Rules because I started watching the reunion, and not for nothing. I think I'm just gonna watch the reunions from every year because it gives you everything anyway. It gives you the juicy stuff, so you don't have to worry about the other stuff. But yeah, I started watching the first episode of season 10. Mind you, there's 4 parts, and they're all an hour something long. And I'm like into the first part of Pumped Up Edition. Oh man, that dude, what's his name, Andrew or James or whatever, that little English dude. He's a wiry little fooker. He's a wiry little.
Yeah.
And Tom Sandoval is weird looking now. Like the first season, like now he just like him and his mustache is just like something.
It's creepy. It's a creepy mustache.
It's something. It's something going on. But
well, it has its own zip code. It's gross. But anyway.
But I mean, it's you. This is what we're talking about this week. The Vanderpump Rules, the new, it seems like to be the hot topic on everybody's tongue, and I gotta, like I said, I gotta kick myself in the rear end. I know. Listen, I'm busy a little bit something, but anyway, I got
more about it than you do.
She watches Grey's Anatomy, so I mean,
I could talk to her about that.
she's watching Grey's Anatomy, so it is what it is. But been busy. Yeah. What can I say? Listen, I went to church again today for the 3rd time, and I got like somebody that came up to me. He's like, "Oh my God, you've been here a couple weeks now, haven't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, so I introduced myself to some people, and then I got called out. Well, not just me. They were talking about they were talking about an olive tree and how sensitive an olive tree is and all that stuff, and they were using it as euphemism for Paul and stuff like that, and the story of Paul. And then they're like, everybody who's 40, who's over 40, come here and get a piece of the olive tree. And I'm like, am I on the cusp? Do I walk up? Do I not walk up? Do I go? Do I don't go? I'm like, and I went up there, and there's just like a bunch of older people. And I'm just looking around, and I'm like, I got called out, son of a bitch. So got a piece of the olive tree. They're like, they bless the olive tree, and they're like, give this to some of the young generations and bless them. And I'm like, all right. And gave 2 broke little piece, gave it to 2 people. I was like, but yeah, I was like, I got called out. It's like, son of a gun.
You got called out.
Do I go? Do I not go? Do I go? Thank God I'm not 40. Listen.
You'll be 40 next month.
Listen, it is what it is. We get older. I mean, shoot, when my parents were in their 30s, I thought they were 70. I thought they were old, and now I'm 40. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not that old. What?
I know.
What's
my
going on?
folks are 60, and I'm like, they don't seem like what I thought 60 was. Like I was telling you, my mom turned 60, and on her birthday, like what she did, she went tubing on the lake.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah. They used to play pinochle at 60 and bingo back in the day, and now they're just like your mom is tubing and going
Though.
whitewater rafting and all that, and jumping out of a plane at 60. Like, yeah, let's do this. But,
did you see? There's a story about a lady who was in her 80s or something like that, and one of her on her bucket list, it was to jump out of an airplane at least 1,000 times.
What? Why?
Yeah.
Why is that? That's more than once a day. 360. That's three, 4 times a day. Why would you want to tempt God? Why would you want to tempt the devil?
Like, I'm this old anyway. Might as well.
Why would you just want to tempt the devil and just go, just in case? Here you go. Have fun. Enjoy that one.
No.
1,000 times in a year.
Yep.
I mean, what Bush did it. Bush did it with his crazy socks. The old man.
No, not in a year, but like she said 1,000 times before she dies, she wants to do it.
Listen, you want to do that shit quick. That's all I know.
Oh my god. Oh, my computer is being crazy.
My keyboard is just.
She says, at this point, I can't jump out of bed without spraining my ankle.
Listen. It doesn't get any better, okay? You know how many times I just slept the wrong way and I couldn't move for 2 days? Like, I didn't know this pain happened. I had my elbow on my window, and all of a sudden I shifted and it hit a spot and my hand just went. And I was like, whoa, what is that shooting pain down my arm? Like, whoa, what is that? Like, I just hit myself on the corner of the bed, and I'm like, I'm still writhing in pain. It's like, oh, is it gonna go away ever? Getting old lady parachute, right? Sky jump,
yeah.
skydive.
No, yeah, skydiving.
I hope. Okay. I hope that's something weird. We got the skydiving 1,000.
It was either 1,000 or 100. Okay, it was one something. I'm not lying.
Old lady skydiving goes wrong.
No.
Let's go.
No.
Let's go. Oh boy.
Are you putting it up on the screen?
Yes, I am.
No. I don't want to watch it. No. Oh my god.
It looks like all she's doing is saying no. It looks like she changes her mind mid-flight.
No. Okay, hold on.
Could you just imagine some old lady just forces you not to go? That's some old lady strength right there. 80 years old on a parachute. Let's see, 80. So she was born in the 40s. Yeah, it's poor old lady. Poor old lady. Just change your mind. I want to go skydiving so badly. I really do. But I know as soon as they open that door, there's gonna be a brown streak leaving that plane.
My brother did it before, and he said it was a lot of fun. Here we go. All right, I found it. I'm not lying. I did see it. It happened. All right. Colorado woman 84 wants to make it to 1,000 skydives, and she's over halfway there.
Holy crap.
Yes. See? Told you. Kim Noor. There she is. Look how happy she looks. She has nearly 600 jumps under her belt and says she hopes to complete 1,000 jumps in her lifetime. At 84, she continues to dive and share this experience with her loved ones. Look at her, right there.
She's so happy.
Yeah. It's amazing.
She's got
Good for her.
Like, her hair has not moved. Her hair did not move at all.
Skydiving. Anyway, but yeah, so today on this episode of Weekend Hangover, we are going to be talking more about Vanderpump Rules. I had to be in my bonnet because I had listened to Bethenny Frankel's interview with Raquel Leviss. She did, it was like 3 parts or something that came out like last week or the week before. And then Stassi Schroeder on her podcast reacted, had some comments about that interview. And then just a few days ago, I think Ariana was on Shenanigans, Sheena Shea's podcast, talking about everything. So we just kind of wanted to go over, talk a little bit about that. I will definitely be giving my thoughts, and I'll probably be updating Davey on stuff he doesn't know. So yeah, leave a like, comment in the comment section if you have anything to say. We already have one hashtag Team Raquel. And yeah.
Bethenny Frankel and who?
Raquel Leviss.
Okay. I'm just trying to see.
Ruel.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything on it. Okay, page 6. Share.
Well, did you pay attention at all to when Scandival happened? To the Scandival of it all?
No, I did. I just found out about it when I was watching it today a little bit, and I had no idea. Like, they brought them all in separately, and it was like this big, huge thing. I'm like, I missed. I gotta start watching. Hold on.
Even CNN was talking about it. The New York Times wrote about it. It was insane.
I've been off my game for.
Can't watch her yet. No. We need to go through the reunion first. We can't even talk about Bethenny yet because we need to go through about the reunion first.
Okay, let's talk about the reunion then.
Okay.
So
and a lot of people didn't start watching, honestly, Vanderpump Rules until they saw the Scandival and heard about the affair that happened. And I've been watching Vanderpump Rules since it started because I'm around the same age as pretty much more than half the cast there.
Yeah.
So, and I like worked in the restaurant industry for a very, very long time. So I was like, oh, it's like watching my peeps. So when this whole Scandival thing happened, it took everybody by storm. It was crazy.
Now, it's about him and what's her face dating behind everybody's back, correct?
Yeah. So what happened is there's this guy, Tom Sandoval, and I'll just keep calling him Sandoval for the rest of this time because there's another Tom on the show too.
Well, that's what they call him anyway. They call him Sandoval on the show.
Yeah. So he and this woman, Ariana, have been together in a relationship since season 2 of the show. So they've been together for about like 9, almost 10 years. And so it was broken, I think it was March of this year of 2023, that Sandoval had an affair with Raquel Leviss, who is the ex-fiance of James, the British dude. Yeah. And I think, yeah. And so I guess the biggest surprise to everyone that it was like for 7 months. They had like a 7-month long affair and no one knew. The way that Ariana found out apparently was that Tom had a show that he was doing because he's got a band. And in the middle of the show, his phone fell out of his pocket while he was on stage. So she grabbed it and then had a feeling and then went through his phone, and in his camera roll was a screen recording of him FaceTiming Raquel and her doing stuff and him encouraging her to do stuff to herself.
Sounds like my call today. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, it's
30.
But so all right, let me play the beginning of it because it. Okay. I mean, listen, Bravo does a great job. I'm sorry, Bravo and Andy Cohen. I don't care. I like Andy Cohen a lot, and Andy Cohen is funny to me. And yeah, so they do a great job. Are we gonna share this? We're not gonna share this. We're gonna do this. What are we doing here, Pi? What are we doing, folks?
I don't know.
It's not.
Did Raquel repeat that to someone?
She didn't. How did this go from a one-night stand to a full relationship between the two of you? Tom, you are in love.
Man. Well, come on.
I can't think of two worse people. I can't.
Tonight on the Vanderpump Rules reunion.
I don't see anything good coming for either of those fucking rats.
A reunion that may be more explosive.
Don't even fucking look at me.
By the way, Kate. Ugh. Katie. Oof. That's the same one from the.
She has become so bitter and mean.
That's the same one from the first season, right?
Over the course of the whole series. Like,
how much plastic surgery has she had?
I don't think she has. You know, she fell through like a plate glass window.
Did she really?
Died. Yeah. She fell through a skylight and like almost died. And like she's got a scar on her chin from like she had to get all this like reconstructive surgery, like on her mouth. Her mouth was wired shut and stuff. Yeah. Like years and years ago, like before the series started.
Oh, really? Oh, no, I didn't know that. But she just.
Dude, I know so much. It's stupid.
Sandoval looks like a telenovela fucking dude with that mustache and the hair.
He should come out in a sombrero and a guitar and start like.
We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno, no.
You don't deserve to look at this.
And dramatic.
James and Lala can't talk because they fucked until I wasn't your best friend.
I was 25. Than anything we've seen in the show's 10-year history.
She has a long history of diminishing my friendships.
You're friends with everyone. You're like a serial killer's wet dream.
I do have something for you. This was filed today, I believe.
They're making you and me to be pathological liars.
I see that, yeah. Even though we know that we're not. Tom, when did you find out that they're fucking, dude?
Late August. He told me that.
August?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
no.
That's
Did
when
you guys
told
not
me.
put your timelines together to match?
I have been super selfish. Selfish does not cover it. Diabolical, demented, subhuman.
Poo-poo head? Both of you poo-poo heads.
James.
I'm gonna get sent for a timeout.
This person that has loved you and defended you. Be honest.
I'm being honest. You backstabbing hoe.
Get in my face again, I'll fuck you up, motherfucker.
I'll fuck you up so quickly, Tom. You're a worm with a mustache.
My cards.
I need a break from filming. Stop filming me. I don't want a camera in my fucking goddamn face.
Tom, you are in love.
Come on, it's a very simple question. Are you in love or are you not?
Intense. What's really crazy is that Tom, the Sandoval dude, he's like older than you.
Is he real? I mean, I mean,
that's
like
so weird. Like all these people are so old.
Dramatic
Shit.
I mean, it's over dramatized. But yeah, I mean, but that's what happens when you put yourself on television. Like you think you're bigger than life. You think you're a lot more important than a lot of other people. Binge watching 10 seasons.
Binge watched 10 seasons in 1 month.
Jesus.
A lot of VPR. But forget it. I've watched it all. I'm going back and actually watching the seasons now, and I'm on season 6. So yeah. Getting there.
But all right. So I want to show the them doing the private interviews together. Because this is it gets intense, like
off the bat.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So, okay, the one thing that everyone needs to understand, though, if you haven't noted, like with this, and you don't know what the Scandal thing happened, it came out in March, like literally 2 weeks before 2 or 3 weeks before they needed to film the reunion. And so it was just like no one knew what the hell was going on. It was a whirlwind. People picked up the cameras to do like new scenes to put in the end of season 10, like insane craziness. So like obviously Bravo's trying to capitalize on it as much as they can and not waiting to do a new season because Lord only knows what's going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
And so they had to put a lot, because I mean, this is huge. These people had been together for almost 10 years and their whole lives just blew up. Like they didn't know what was going to happen when they go on there. So let's just do these little interviews just in case someone starts punching another person.
I mean, James almost did. Him and Scandal almost got into it, but you know, but yeah, like it's, we never get out of high school. I realized this.
I know.
We never get out of high school. We are always forever will be in high school because you'll have people in their own cliques. Mm-hmm. You'll have people with their own drama. And then you'll have this. You're married for 10 years and you have to cheat on your spouse with a person that's on the show. Like you can't, if you're going to do it, why not do it with someone who's not, or like out of the ethos of it? But no, it has to be the person that's on the show. And I mean, they must be having people throw themselves at them for this, and you got to do it in, I don't know.
Well, this isn't the first time that Sandoval has cheated.
No. Yeah.
On any, but I mean, he cheated on his girlfriend Kristen from season 1 with Ariana, like that made out with her or whatever, and then they both lied for a very long time about it. And then now that he fucked up, she's like, "No, I'll air all your dirty laundry." Hey, you want to talk about Miami Girl from season 2, where we started dating really early on, and they said that you screwed some chick in Miami, and I kept saying no, and had your back. Yeah, well, that was true because you did screw her, and everyone's like, "We know it." Yeah. Like, oh shit. Woman scorned.
Yeah, listen.
For sure.
This is why I say men and women are different, because men will forget all this stuff. Women will not. Women will not. Women will hold that.
She lied.
I know. But like, even if a guy lies for another guy, like a lot of it is going to be made up. I'm telling you right now. Because I mean, even in the first season when what's his face? About Jax getting the girl pregnant. It was a little embellished. It was a little embellished, but it wasn't like so. But like women will know every single fact about everything. It doesn't matter if it's 10 years, 20 years, don't matter. They will remember everything. A guy will just be like, yeah, he banged her and then like he got her pregnant and then, you know, she had to get an abortion at like 10 months or something like that. But women will remember every fine tooth and comb.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. So we in the reunion first, Andy sat down separately with the principal of the scandal to hear their sides of the story.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Andy.
How you doing?
He looks like
I'm
a
okay.
creepy porno Mr. Rogers in that outfit.
Kind of feels like you're the most hated man on television right now.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm a lot better now than I was, let's say, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
You look great despite it all.
Thank you.
What's your current living status with Tom?
He's been staying in the guest room, and I avoid run-ins at all costs. We have people running interference and go-betweens to prevent that.
How are you feeling about seeing everyone in a group setting?
I don't know. I'm just preparing for the worst, hoping for the best.
I have a twitch.
Have you
Oh my
seen
God,
or
I started
spoken to
twitching.
Raquel?
No, she texted me, it took her 48 whole hours to text me, I don't even know what to say, I'm sorry, and I said, fuck off, you fucking rat, and I blocked her.
Looking back,
Can you
when
pause it
did
for a
you
second?
realize that
Yeah.
And that's very interesting because now there's still this whole narrative going on between the cast and even Ariana and everybody saying that Raquel has she hasn't apologized. She, hasn't taken responsibility for what she's done. And like in the interview, she apologized like to Ariana like 3 times. She sent her that text message. She had a press release. And then even on Bethenny's podcast, she apologized to Ariana. Then Ariana goes on Sheena's podcast like 8 days ago, and she's like, and she's just never taken responsibility or apologized for what she's done. And I'm like, but also, and people need to know that Ariana and Sheena didn't even listen to all of Bethenny's podcast. So they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about in that whole thing. So they're like, we just read excerpts. Yeah, from people who are on your side. Duh. Like, you don't know. Like, actually, listen. I listened to that podcast twice just to make sure, like, I heard it the way that I heard it. So, for this.
No one on the show is free from some sort of indiscrimination. The treatment to Rochelle is absolutely wrong. She's obviously done it wrong. She literally has nothing. I mean,
it's so true. They call her Bambi bitch all the time because she's got Bambi eyes. Lala has a whole makeup line, and part of her makeup line is an eyeshadow line that's called Bambi eyes for Raquel. Okay, like Lala's hated Raquel from the fucking beginning. Raquel is just like, she's just trying to figure out life as it is. The girl is literally 5 to 6 years younger than every single person on that cast, too. So, okay.
Listen, it's not age discriminated here. Mama J.
Dude, but no, and that's the thing, though. Like, she really isn't the brightest bulb in the box. She's not. She's young. She's naive. Like, so, and these people, I have to just go on this real quick because it just bugs me. Go ahead.
No, I'm just talking about my situation. Young and naive.
Well, I mean, it's the truth though. Like she's young, she's naive. She just had gotten out of a 5-year relationship that she had with James. She was only like 21 when she had a relationship with James and only had one other kind of meaningful relationship before him. Like, she went through her hoe phase on TV. No one should have to go through their whole phase being filmed because it's not pretty. And she did. It happened.
Listen, more power to her. But I mean, and Raquel's the one that I think I know. She's like Bambi, the doe eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one, not Spacely Sprocket, the one with the silver thing on, right? What is that?
No.
What is that?
A dress, apparently.
Apparently.
That you had feelings for Raquel.
No, she's giving me Lala vibes in that.
Honestly, throughout last year, like beginning of the year, I really started to.
Is he wearing painted nails?
Yes. He's a rock star, you see. Like, he just, like, forges his own path because he's not a creeper or a gross man with a porno stash.
Painted
He's
fingers.
gross.
Like,
Did I tell you he's the one that was in a band with Isaac Cappy before he died? Yeah.
Look at that face.
He shaves his
She
forehead.
really was.
He shaves his forehead?
For exfoliation. Did you not see it in season 1? It's in season 1.
I don't remember him saying he's. I probably did, but I. Shaves his forehead. These fucking people.
When did you first hook up?
So we had that guys' night at the Mondrian.
Right.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? What's up?
That very next Tuesday.
Okay.
They were filming.
I just noticed that you left the Mondrian early, and I just wanted to check in with you and make sure that you're okay.
We weren't a part of it, but then a bunch of us went to the Abbey, and it was that night.
You had sex that night?
Yeah.
What?
You know he was be like, yeah, we did. High five.
Like, that's what I would do. I'd be like, yeah, we did.
Well, no, but he has to act like he has some type of contrition in that, you know, like, listen, I know I'm gonna be the bad guy, but I don't want to be like the evil guy, so I have to pretend that I'm upset about it.
Bro, you did it. You did a young little thing. Like, be. I guess he doesn't want to lose all his money.
Were you suspicious that something was going on?
Absolutely not. No.
Watching the show, you vehemently stood up for Tom.
Obviously, I love Raquel, like, dearly. She's one of my, like, closest friends. And I not only trust and love her, but I trust and love my boyfriend. Tom came up to me and was like, Ariana's really mad at me right now. Because he couldn't get a ride. Home to you? Yeah, because Jason left. Don't you think he should have just gone at that time? I don't think he knew he left at the time.
Here's the thing. I feel like as a
She's dumb.
No, she's not. No, she's not dumb. This is what happened is that she knows she just doesn't want people to speculate around her. This has been going on with them for years. The way how they, if there's like an allegation or something, they always deny it, or the other one plays dumb, or and kind of covers for the other one because they don't air it out in the public. They might behind closed doors, yeah, they might have it out and like have those conversations, but they don't do it on camera.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So that look is like, well, he could have just went with him. Oh,
no, you know what that look is? It's her acting like she doesn't know what the fuck is going. Like, no, I'm not saying that she knew that there was like an affair or anything like that, but in that moment, she knew that he lied and she was just covering for him. And she even admits that she covers for him a lot too. So it's not like, not just pulling out of my butt. It's like she says it. So
a loyal and committed partner. If he gives me an answer, I give him the benefit of the doubt and I trust him.
When you're all glamping for Raquel's birthday.
We love you, Raquel.
Love you, Raquel.
At that point, were you two together?
No.
You were not?
No.
Okay.
We had that like first time.
Yeah.
And then we like took a break.
When did it kick back up?
he's lying.
I remember it being like a little after like we went to Life is Beautiful, which was like after we wrapped.
But
it's the next month. It's like the same.
Yeah. It's
we
like
took a little break.
Like a week later.
Andy, we took a break. It was like a day and a half break, but still we took a break.
Oh my God,
Ariana's the next Tuesday. I would probably cheat on her too if I had to be with her. I mean, listen, she's a ride or die. I mean, she covered for him. I give her that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't get a lot of people who will do that for each other and stay. But
well, you know what? I actually want to address this real quick because what's really funny is that I've realized that my attitude towards Ariana changed after watching the reunion. Like, I always felt bad. Like, I felt bad for her. Like, this shouldn't have happened. They should have, he should have, been like, we're done. Like, let's break up. Let's not do this, No one deserves to have that done to them whatsoever. Yeah. And I get it. You can be mad. You can be pissed off and everything. But, and it was her best friend. So you can be mad and pissed off about all that too. And I get it. And I'm not trying to, say that she's not supposed to have her feels. But the way things came out in the reunion and just how and what she was saying was okay, hold, you're going a little too far. We get it, you're upset, everything, but it was the situation and that it was in was so toxic that it was literally like a bunch of vipers taking down Bambi. And that's basically what it was to me. And I was like, no one else in the room had any reason to say anything except for Ariana and Lala jumping in and James jumping in. They should have kept their fucking mouth shut. It is not their place because they have been waiting. Lala's hated Raquel from the beginning. She cheated with James at the beginning of James and Raquel's relationship and held on to that information until after James and Raquel broke up, and then nonchalantly in passing, I was like, oh yeah, well, me and James banged while you guys were together. And she's like, when were you gonna tell me this shit? Right? And then Lala's like, well, you should get over it because it was 5 years ago. She's like, yeah, it was 5 years ago for you, but it's you just told me today. And James is just pissed off because Raquel broke off the engagement, right? But then a month later, he's dating someone else, right? And
yeah,
and they had been waiting for Raquel to fuck up for them to just beat her down, just chomping at the bit, Lala pretending to be nice and all this other stuff, but still there's those digs and different things here and there. She never liked her ever. She even says she's never liked her anything. She needed that something to justify her going after her as hard as she did. And that's what I think.
Viper's going after Bambi. Yes, 100%. But the vitriol towards Ariana was way too much.
What vitriol towards Ariana?
We shall see.
I don't know.
Before BravoCon.
Yeah.
There's a BravoCon?
Mm-hmm.
Can we go to BravoCon?
Oh, man.
Can we go to BravoCon?
Let's go. Let's write off BravoCon.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
I will go to BravoCon. Oh, yeah.
I mean, Rachel.
The vitriol towards Rachel was way too much. Yes. Yeah. And here's the thing. And I will say the only reason why I'm kind of defending Rachel in a sense is because it was too much. And literally, like I said, the girl went through a whole phase in front of everyone and fucked up real bad. But the thing is she was beaten down the whole time. I can understand, don't agree at all whatsoever, but I don't think all that should have happened. That's what I'm saying.
I want to get my journalist credentials just to go to BravoCon.
You had that concert. I'm standing down in the front, Ariana's there and Raquel's there. When you're standing on stage and you see your girlfriend and your mistress next to each other, what are you thinking? Did it get you off?
No, my God, no.
Looking back,
It did.
are there
Of course he was like, yeah, I'm doing both of them.
Yeah.
situations now that you think, how did I miss this?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. More so with her than him, because we all know men are trash. No, no offense. But
I'm going to co-sign that.
But I trust my girlfriends, you know? And so for someone to be so ingratiated in my life as my friend, how could someone be as close to me as she did? And then, you know what I'm saying? With a guy, I almost kind of more expect it, but I can't imagine doing that to one of my friends.
The big question on everyone's mind is, how did things come to you cheating on your girlfriend of 9 years with one of your closest friends?
He has the look. Like when he's listening, he has the look like, what is Andy gonna say? How am I gonna answer this? You could tell he's like, the guilt is all over his face.
Yeah.
It's not like he's trying to not just be like, how about there? Woo-hoo! Like,
I know.
he's trying to
like fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. You're like,
yeah.
doing like a touchdown dance or something.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. You see that? I had them both at the same place at the same time. They had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Andy, like, Ariana and I kept our relationship pretty private for many years. We had issues.
Okay.
I felt like I was like her gay BFF. We put on a front when we were filming. And I even talked to,
say
our showrunner.
one thing. In season 4 is when Tom Sandoval starts complaining about him and Ariana's sex life. In season 4, where he's like, she doesn't want to do it, and that's been a main complaint in their relationship that they've shown on the show since season 4. So that's 6 years.
I don't. Then why continue? Why keep going with it then? If it's not, I'm talking like I. Never mind. Why?
I don't know, and I'm not saying
And
that it's true.
they don't
or
have-
not, but like,
Do they have kids or?
no, they don't have kids. They're not
They're
married.
not-
They do have a house.
Then why continue? Season 4. They're on season 10. Like 6+ years now that they've just had a relationship, and he's like, listen, gay best friend, roommate. I go with roommate.
I think it's a stretch. I think he's trying. Well, because according to Ariana on the Shenanigans podcast that she did, she was saying that during this time that he was having the affair with Raquel, they were going to couples therapy. I honestly think that they were literally like at that point where they were going to break up, and it was like, if they going to couples therapy and stuff like that, she was saying that it looked like he was finding an excuse to get out of the relationship. And apparently he tried breaking up with her on Valentine's Day because, he's not enough of a piece of shit as is. But
Says, I love you,
apparently,
like breaking up on Valentine's Day.
right. Then, I guess they officially didn't. And then, a few weeks later is when she found out about what happened with Raquel. So, I don't know. It seems like it was on the rocks. It's not an excuse to go and sleep with your girlfriend's friend. It's no excuse whatsoever. But I think it's a little bit of a stretch to say that they were in the best place of their relationship when it happened.
But I mean,
it shouldn't have happened. But to act like it was in a really great place, I think is disingenuous. But Ariana did say it was getting better, but she felt like he was trying to make it worse.
But I mean, listen, they started in August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So 6 months. He didn't do it. They didn't break up. They went to couples therapy, and he tried to do it, and she wouldn't let him. I mean, it's I don't know.
Well, and their friends always said that Ariana seemed like she was better than everyone, disinterested in everything, and just a bad mood all the time. I'll be honest with you. I was talking to my friend Jack, who's on the Two Jacks One Scotch podcast with me. And I told him when he started watching Vanderpump Rules, I said, watch how Ariana's attitude changes from the first time you meet her to current. Because like her personality, like she does become more negative, and I don't know if it's because she just finally was getting comfortable with like the cameras, because when you first meet her she's like this bubbly like fun time girl, and then as it goes on it seems like she gets not as much, and it's sad.
At first you're happy to be on television and you're happy to be being filmed and stuff, right. And then all of a sudden you just forget that the cameras are there, and then you turn into who you really are. Well, and it could just be her personality, which is fine. Like you could just be who you are. I don't give a shit. Like but she did act a lot of times that she was better than everyone, and it was addressed to her in one of the seasons, and she's like, I saw that and I was mortified. So that's great, But I don't know. And then you come back and you're absolutely the same person.
Well, I don't know. Like, she's always been a person that had a fork for a tongue when it came to being able to tear someone down with her words. Always.
Really?
Yes. Always, always. You could see in all the other seasons when people say, like what Chrissy was saying, how like she always that she seemed like she was better than everyone else. Yeah. You see how she would like talk to people in the way that she does it. It's just like, it's literally like a sword to a throat. Like, I'm like, she's like an assassin. So she just kept, the thing is that in the reunion, she just kept going. It did not matter that, that Raquel was like saying that she's sorry, and she was just sitting there, and everyone kept saying, oh, she's not genuine, she's like being disingenuous about her sorry. It's like, what the fuck, she couldn't get 2 words out. Y'all were yelling at her. Like, what did you want her? I think what they wanted her to do was like literally break down, cry, and go into the fetal position like while they were filming.
The way you described,
it wasn't good enough that she actually held her own and then left and then cried, broke apart, and then went to treatment for 90 days. Like, yeah, you didn't know that part.
I'm learning all this stuff now, and it's awesome. I like it. I was talking to somebody today. I was on a live, and they're like, "What do you talk about?" I was like, culture stuff and garbage TV, because we like garbage TV and it's fun. Garbage TV is fun. Yeah, garbage TV is awesome.
It is. And I want to make one thing clear: like, I'm not. My attitude towards this whole situation changed not because of Ariana at all. It really wasn't Ariana. And I want to take back what I said before, because it really wasn't her. It was everyone else's reaction to it and the vitriol that came out of their mouths and what they did. It wasn't Ariana. It was what Lala was doing, was what she was saying. It was Sheena. It was like the people on the internet. It was like everybody. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, this is none of your business. Like, I know it's your friend and everything, but like, they need to talk it out, because it was just getting really bad. And then people
people like to jump on, like you said, everybody just, once people don't like bullying until somebody's getting bullied and everybody can jump on the same person. And that's what's wrong. And that's what they did here. They jumped. They smelled blood in the water. They smelled deer blood in the water, And it was game on. And it was just like, well, everybody else is tagging on. Let me tag on too. And,
people were making merch about the situation, making tons of money on the situation. Like, I mean, I saw it. I saw people were getting a bunch of likes and follows during the situation. I mean, we'll probably get some too, but we're just talking about it.
We're not going to get it because we're actually agreeing with Raquel, and like we feel bad for Raquel, and everybody's gonna be like, why are you so nice to her? Raquel, we'd love to have you on ship.
Oh, yeah. Well, you just feel bad for some. The reason why I started feeling, I was like, well, because I started thinking about, well, what was her mental, like, why would she do something like this? And then I thought about like, oh, well, her only meaningful relationship that she's really had was in a borderline emotionally abusive relationship with James Kennedy. She helped him get through his alcohol addiction and like put him on blast about it and told him, listen, if you don't stop with your drinking, then I'm leaving you. Right? And he would yell at her, demean her, flirt with Lala right in front of her, like, and just treat her like garbage. And she was in that type of relationship for 6 years. And then all of a sudden that she's out, she wasn't really a principal character on the show at all.
Who, Lala?
Until after. No, Raquel.
Oh, Raquel?
Yeah, like she was there, but like she, but it wasn't until like what, season 9 when James proposed to her that like, and she started actually working at SUR, was season 9, I think 8 or 9.
Didn't Lisa wasn't Lisa the officiant for that wedding too?
That was Tom Schwartz and Katie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, James and Raquel didn't get married. They got engaged, and then at the end of season 9, at the reunion of season 9, they tell everyone that they called off the engagement. And I'm telling you, she, like, that relationship that she had with James was an abusive relationship. I'm pretty sure, if not physical, but probably emotional.
Listen, it happens with alcohol. Unfortunately, I know the situation a little too well, and that's why I got 2 years the other day, and you're not. Thank you. You're not the same person when you drink, and it's a thing that takes a hold of you, and unless you want to change, you won't change.
Yeah.
It's a thing that yeah. So probably an emotional, because I wasn't physically abused. I was abusive myself. Thank you, Chrissy. I was abusing myself. I was smashing my head on the ground and punching myself in the face because I was frustrated. But like, yeah, I mean, and it took a toll. It took a toll on my ex, and unfortunately, she never forgot it, because 2 years sober, and we got 3 years, and 1 year took the emotional toll, and but do I falter for it? No, I did it. I knew exactly, like I felt that, like once I had that first shot, like I knew my attitude was going to change. So yeah, so probably that's that probably happened a lot, and
That's
probably just
exactly what they said about James. The second that alcohol like got into his system, the second that he took one shot, his whole personality would change, and he became different. And he was always mean and aggressive, and just didn't know how to control himself or his mouth towards anybody.
Well,
and that's what she had to deal with. And then people would get mad at her for staying with James, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, I love him. I want to help him through this. And then she gave him the ultimatum. He started getting sober. Then they got engaged, and then they ended their engagement. And everyone was so happy for her to get out of this shitty relationship. And the way that they embraced James so much back into the fold of the friendship after the cheating of Raquel and Sandoval is bonkers to me, because of how awful he treated everyone else and her. And everyone was encouraging her to like go out and like meet guys who met, not Sandoval. I don't, that was stupid. But like, I don't know, like I said, she had her host season and it just happened to be on national TV with her friend's boyfriend, which was a horrible thing for you to do in host season. It happens.
Like the clips of her just holding her and they're going out and buying outfits together, and then like just knowing that it either at that time or soon after that she was banging her boyfriend. It was just like, ooh.
Well, and she explains it too. Like at that point, like you don't listen. Everyone's had host season. I'm just saying this because I had my host season too, and I'm just gonna lay it out there. All right, I didn't give
it's phrasing. You can't say I had my host season. I'm gonna lay it out there.
I'm just gonna lay it out there, wide open for everyone to see. Oh my god!
When I was talking to somebody about,
I didn't even realize it until you said it the second time, and I was like, "Oh, I get it now."
I was when I was talking to somebody about this. I was actually telling them at church today. Someone I became friends with, and I go, Jackie is one of the only like, I don't know how to say this, but only girl I know that can really make me fucking goose laugh, and it just makes me just the things you say make me laugh so hard sometimes because you can see it click like oh. This is what I said, and then you just go face forward into it, and it's.
Well, I'm already here. I might just keep going. That's my philosophy.
I already ran through the wall. Let's just keep going through the other one and the next one. So your host season, you were.
Yeah, so it happens, and when you're in host season, you don't care about anybody else, the situation that you're in, anything as all you care about is yourself, getting that affirmation, and doing things to make you feel better, pretty much, like make you feel like you're wanted, and that's exactly what she did. So I get it. Host season happens and you're a total different person, and you just don't know what the hell you do know what you're doing, but you don't care at that time until afterwards, and then you just sit with and the thing is that what's funny is that in this reunion, how many times Raquel said that she felt shame. Jackie, I guess no one wrote whore on the mirror with no, not whore, maybe heathen. I don't know. All right, by the way, Chrissy, can I tell this story? You can say yes or no.
Quick, because I want to hear it.
Comment.
Just put yes, quick. Just say yes. She's gonna tell it.
Tell this story.
Tell it. You can tell it. Yeah, but
it's more of a dig on me than anything else.
But here's the thing: like when you're in that season, you've been hurt. Okay, so you've been hurt, so you don't care who you hurt going into that season. So it's a thing about like your mentality is I don't care who I hurt. I've been hurt, so fuck everybody else. And that's basically.
And she was just coming off the relationship that she had with James.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he didn't make her feel like she was number one. All
she probably felt this big, so she was like, "This is what I'm going to make everybody else feel like." So she went to that season and she didn't care, and she was getting the affirmation from I keep calling him Scandival, from Sandoval. So she was getting that affirmation from Sandoval, and then knowing that she was banging her friend's boyfriend, she didn't care. So she was like, I'm going to make this person feel like I felt when I was with James because I don't care. And that's kind of...
I don't even think that's even in the whole mindset. It has nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with like, I was made to feel like shit. I need someone else. I can't make myself feel better. I need someone to make me feel better. Like having that attention that you can't give to yourself, because at that point you're not whole with yourself. You don't feel good about yourself. You need other people to build you up. So, and I saw it the second I started.
Are we having a therapy session for me? Are you in
a host season? Oh, I'm gonna help you through host season. It's the perfect time of year.
It's the most wonderful time.
No, so yeah, but when I started watching season 10 and I saw like what Raquel was doing, I was like, oh, bitch is in host season. This ain't gonna be good. You know? So and then it came out about the whole Scandival thing, and I was like, oh yeah, this is what it is. But no, so let me tell this story real quick.
Let's hear it.
All right. I'm just gonna say, so Chrissy is a relative of mine. We are very close. Yeah. Some would say we're almost like sisters. And so we're only 3 years apart. I was very, very into my youth group and church at the time. I was not agreeing with how she was living her life. So the bitch that I am wrote that she was a heathen in lipstick on her mirror. And she's like, what the fuck?
This is what I love about you so much. You talk about a hoe phase, and then you talk about a story about you wrote heathen on some.
Growing up, man, it's weird. You go through a lot of different seasons.
Yeah, you do.
Seasons are always changing. Like, that's life.
Listen, it is what it is.
You're learning a lot about me tonight. Everyone is.
Listen, I love it. I love it. Oh man. So, let's see.
I never did anything as bad as Raquel did, but I get it.
But yeah, like I said,
I love you too.
But yeah, like I said, it's about she didn't have that validation and she was hurt, so she didn't care if she hurt.
No, and I'm not saying that like Ariana or any other people need to understand that, but like I'm just saying I get it. You know, I hate that because like Chrissy said before, she is kind of dumb. And like that was like the running thing on the show too since season 5, 6, since she's been on the show that she's dumb and that she's stupid, and she hated them when people would call her stupid. I don't think it's fun being stupid, like being called stupid, but she's not, like I said, the brightest crayon in the box.
Sometimes it really is just about sex. Sometimes.
And that too. Yeah.
I really Tom's got to be really good in bed. He's had a lot.
He looks like a pencil wiener type of dude.
He does. He does. He really does.
He does. Ugh.
I feel guilty. People put themselves out there, man.
Like his mustache is thicker than his wiener.
Oh my god, it's so gross.
Yeah. You know, like it's not fair. I feel like it's important for us to like talk about this shit and not pretend like it's all amazing. For us to like have these issues and be keeping them from people, I just didn't think it was fair to the rest of the cast.
Were there elements of your
I think that's a bullshit excuse. If you're having issues and you want to be done, then be done.
Yeah. Exactly. I said that was the one.
Sorry. I mean, Kristen did say his Johnson is small. He's giving off those vibes. Just saying.
But man, still gets laid. Yeah, when my first divorce happened, that with my first wife, we made that pact. You know, if we ever decided that we didn't want, like, we really had like a 10-year, every 10 years or 5 years we wanted to renew a contract, and like if we ever felt like anything was gonna go awry, that, you know, we should just call it off. And that's kind of why, you know, I asked for the divorce, because I was just I was not in a happy place, and I was not happy with what was going on, and you know, the situation, and I knew I was going to do something stupid. I had a feeling I was going to do something stupid, And listen, I still love both of my ex-wives. I still love Madison's mom. You know, I still like, they have a place in my heart, you know. Am I in love with them? Hell no. Not at all. You know, because I was not a good person with them. No, it was me. But I was not a good person, you know, and I needed, I think I needed this journey, like, we know we've been talking about it a while, about me, you know, going back to church and listening to sermons and everything like that, and realizing that, you know, I needed God in my life, and you know, to be a better person. And I feel like I'm coming out of this stuff learning that I can be a better person, and I just have to listen. Do I listen all the time? No, because I'm stubborn. I was supposed to be born Christmas Day. I came out New Year's Day because I'm stubborn. But am I in the same position I was back then that I am now? No. I am.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a different person. You know, and going through this, it's so weird when you go through a divorce as an alcoholic, and then you go through an alcoholic, then you go through divorce sober. It's two very different, like, feelings, you know, because one, you just mask the feelings, and the other one, and then you get angry, and the other one, you kind of can't mask the feelings. So it's a little tougher, but once you're like through it, you go, I'm good, you know?
Yeah.
And so, with the other one, you're still kind of harboring a little bit, and you're still angry and upset that you didn't get the life that you wanted to have. You know, you're and then you drink, and then you keep thinking about the life that you wanted to have, and then you get aggravated, and then you're with a new person, and you think life is going to be better, and it's not. And so you get frustrated and angry, and you drink, and it makes it worse. So
you think it was the person, but it wasn't.
No,
a person.
But that's no, and that's what they say about, like, alcohol too. Like, you are where, because, you know, when I said I was moving out to Kansas, you know, everybody's like, are you still gonna do AA and all this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to do it for, you know, see what's up and everything like that. And they're like, yeah, because, you know, it's not where you are, it's who you are. And I'm like, yeah,
right. You can only run so far until your self catches up with you.
But I learned also, Jersey is a trigger for me. Like, if I would have stayed there, I probably would have been, and we did this, I probably would have been back at my buddy's house drinking, you know. But I'm here, and I'm in a different mindset, and I'm in a different place. So I went back to the Bible. Like, it's just the weirdest thing ever. Like, so it's different if you want it to be, and you have to want it to be different. You know, you can, you know, do it. And a lot of people just can't. But yeah, Jersey is a trigger for me, and I'm so worried about going back there. I don't want to go, but I gotta, you know, I gotta bring somebody back with me. So, but yeah, it's and the good thing is, she's like, listen, when I get done, we'll just turn around and come back. And I'm like, that we'll do that. That's fine with me. But yeah, I mean, I know people that have left, you know, friends that have left New Jersey who were addicts and stuff like that, and then they stopped for a while, and they were in a different state, and they became addicts in a different state, and then came back, and, you know, so
yeah.
But yeah, it's all about wanting to be a better person, and
right,
these people don't seem like better people.
Well, and here's the thing, though, and I think it's actually evident, though, to kind of bring in what you're talking about, though, is so Raquel did that. She went to a place called the Meadows to work on herself, and, like, found out that she had, like, they were saying that she has, like, a love addiction, like, to have that affirmation, to, like, you know, you like wanting like using other people to, I guess, in a sense,
fill the gap. You don't love yourself. You don't love yourself
like,
enough, so you
self-worth gap.
Yeah.
That
you
she couldn't do it herself.
Yeah, you need affirmation from other people to know that I used to do that. I used to do that to Madison's mom, and this is why I know, like, I'm if I had a chance to sit down with her and apologize for everything that I did, and lay it all out there, I would, because I was that way. This is the girl that she was like my kind of real first girlfriend, and I made her prove to me all the time that she loved me, because I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel loved from, like, I'm gonna say it.
Because you
I didn't feel love.
love yourself.
Well, no, I didn't feel love from my family. I always felt like the outcast. Like, I didn't feel loved by my own parents, by my own sister, by my own, like, family. Like, there was a Christmas that my parents used to give all my cousins, like, expensive gifts. I got a pocket calculator that somebody got free in the mail one year. Yeah. That was my Christmas present.
That's weird.
So, like, I didn't feel love. So I made Madison's mom prove to me that she loved me time and time again. Like, it was so bad, she drove me to my girlfriend's place. I made her drive me to my girlfriend's place after we broke up. I was garbage. I was garbage. I listen. God. Yeah, I was garbage. And I would make her come pick me up. All right, you want me to watch Madison? Fine, come pick me up. You know, and yeah, no, I was. Yes. So I get that. I understand that completely, where you have this thing where you have to have people prove that they love you because you don't feel loved. And I didn't feel loved. And I didn't know how to love myself. And I didn't know how to do all that. And so I understand that completely.
Well, and I'm wondering if, because Raquel talks about it a lot, like, her parents aren't really her birth parents. Her birth mom is her mom's sister.
Yep.
So I guess her birth mom had gotten pregnant, and then her sister was having trouble having kids, and then was like, "Do you want this one?" type of thing. So even though that she comes from a very loving family, you know, like, her mom and dad love her and everything like that, it could be a little bit of that actually makes a lot of sense if you're saying that, and then I just made me think of that. Yeah. Interesting.
It's a psychological thing, because you're like, how come my parents, because my dad's not my real dad. My real dad left. I don't know the complete entire story, but my mom left my real dad when I was 6 months old. So it kind of like, well, why'd you take me away from him? Did he leave? You know, did he not want to be with me? Like, did he not like us? Like, so yeah, like, she might be like, why did my parents just give me up? Why? Like, so, you know, that could be it.
Yeah, but at least, like, out of everyone, she was the one that said, okay, I'm going to take myself out of the situation. She took herself out of the area. She put herself into a facility, stayed there longer than she needed to. Instead of, like, 30 days, she ended up staying 90 days and doing, like, that work on herself. And the first time she actually talked to anybody after the reunion was Bethenny Frankel. And that was last week. So August, the last week of August, 2023. And, like, the reunion aired in, like, May. So it was like, what? It was taped in March, April.
May. So we go May, June, July, August. Yeah, 4 months. About 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, she took a lot of heat.
So you're telling me,
I'm not saying not all of it wasn't all deserved, but I think it got to a point where you're just like, okay, all right, like, stop. Like, she's not responding, she's not doing anything, and you're just like kicking her while she's down. Like, just quit poking the poop with.
So you tell me this, like, little doe-eyed little deer this sweet, innocent little thing, the youngest little thing, is the most responsible out of all of them.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of weird. The quote unquote dumb one, is that one. Yeah. And then you got Sandoval. He pretty much was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on tour with my band, basically capitalize on the situation since everyone's talking about me. I might as well go out and do that." I mean, Ariana has gotten so, like, a lot of people are calling her to do stuff. Like, I think she like hosted one episode of Love Island. She's got like different deals going on. She's going on Dancing with the Stars. She's got a new book out, like all this other stuff. I'm like, girl, and even Raquel was like, go ahead, capitalize on it. Go do it. Like, because it's nothing lasts forever. And Raquel said, go, I don't care if she's doing it, go do it. But Raquel was like, but I'm left here with nothing. She's not getting paid. She's not going back to season 11. She said that she did ask for the same pay that Ariana and Tom Sandoval had, which I think was kind of shitty.
Why,
girl?
But like, what? Come on, the poor girl's getting hosed right now. Throw her a bone. Throw her a bone. Like,
she should have gotten at least.
I mean, Tom did, but still. But I mean, pencil thin. But I mean, Jesus, Christmas. But I mean, like, and so then that explains why she keeps saying that she didn't really respond, she didn't really apologize or anything, because she wants to keep going with the lie so she gets paid. The only reason why.
But Ariana, within a month, she's already got a new boyfriend. And I'll say that, so I think the public's tide is changing in their attitudes towards Ariana, and this is why. And I'll say this because there was an article that came out on E! News, or like one of those publications on Instagram, talking about Ariana and Tom still living underneath the same roof. And I'm like, because they're still living in the same house together. Tom, Sandoval and Ariana are still living in the same house. And so a whole article came out talking about it and how, like, and trying to garner up sympathy for Ariana in still being in the situation that she is with Tom in the house. The comment section, that's where I was just like, and everyone's like, all right, girl, like, we get it. Like, it's like, just stop complaining about it and do something about it. Or like saying, and I get her point where she's saying, like, listen, like, the market's shit. Like, this is an investment. I got other shit going on. I'm not leaving my house. If he wants to leave, he can leave. It's kind of like a Mexican standoff that's going on right now. Which is fine. It's no one's business.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't care if they're still in the same house. Who gives a shit? They're not in my house.
Yeah, but it's
figure it out.
It's what sells.
Right. So that's why, and I knew things were starting to change a little bit. And I'm like, okay, like, they got to stop, because people are starting to be like, dude, like, I'm done. Like, get over it. You have a boyfriend now. You're quote unquote happier than ever. So like,
so wait, so hold on. So how long did it take her to get a new boyfriend?
Like a month, maybe.
And she's still bitching.
I think it's from, like, I think she met him at Coachella. I don't know when Coachella is.
I think it just recently happened. But the fact is that she's still bitching about it. Well, I mean, she's making money off it, so.
Well, yeah, I think, I don't think it's her, though. It's not her, though. It's the media and the tabloids.
But isn't she going on and telling everybody that that Raquel never apologized? Or, she never gave out.
She did say something similar on Sheena's podcast, where they're still trying to be like, well, I can't believe that she would even, like, I think Ariana said if it was me and I had gone to this treatment center and then my first interview was with Bethenny, I wouldn't even had my name in like she should have had my name in her mouth. I was like, because like basically saying like if you're over what happened and you're moving forward and being a better person, then you don't need to talk about me. And I'm just like, it's a little salty way of putting it, but no.
Situation.
Like,
That's what everybody
she
wants
was
to talk
nothing
about.
but well, and also Ariana didn't even listen to the podcast, so she didn't really know what she was talking about when it came to it. Like Raquel was nothing but like she did have contrition, but I will say that Raquel did try to play it off like her and Ariana weren't really friends, and I think that's shitty.
Yeah, especially because there's tape. Especially because there's a lot of tape about it.
Well, and here's the thing, but this is what I think. I think in her mind, they weren't. Because she was more interested in getting to know Tom and being around him than it was her relationship with Ariana. So she wasn't even thinking about all the times that like she was with her. Because she kept saying in her interview with Bethenny that anytime that they hung out, it was usually like with a group type of thing. She never hung out with Ariana one-on-one. I don't know if that's true or not. Who knows? I'm not there, whatever. But I don't know. My whole speculation is that she believes what she's saying, but I don't think she has an idea of how it impacts everything else and how her relationship with Ariana was different than what Raquel felt her relationship was to her. That's all. It's a bunch of people with hurt feelings.
Hurt people.
And a small penis in between.
Golf pencil! I want to make sure it's the thing Tom's golf pencil shop.
Anybody that goes see Tom Sandoval, go have him make an art. Give him a golf pencil to autograph something.
Just throw golf pencils at him. Like they do in Rocky Horror Pictures now. Just... Sandoval's. Oh, man. I want to make shirts now. Oh, my God. I want to make shirts as the Sandoval's tiny pencil shop.
Hiding or not sharing with the cameras?
I feel like I always showed everything.
Yeah.
From my point of view. He's framing it now as like something else.
Right.
Because he has to. He's desperate. He will throw.
You both have been framing things differently the entire time. How are you going to blame him? He lied and you co-signed. And now you want to throw him under the bus?
Anything at the wall right now, hoping that it will stick. Because he's the one who used to tell me, he coached me on this the same way he's coaching Rachel.
What do you think he's telling her?
Got to get their lies right, got to get their story right, their spin on whatever it is. Because if they don't have like matching answers.
Right. You've moved on from tears to anger, I see.
Yeah, but the indifference is becoming very, very strong of a feeling.
How do you feel about seeing everybody at the reunion? You nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous and I'm scared, but I'm ready to face it.
You look amazing, babe. Thanks. I've probably lost 5 pounds the last 2 weeks. Same. Well, you look amazing.
Stress will do that to you.
No kidding.
Oh.
All right, go get him.
We'll see what happens.
Which leads into the reunion. But yeah, I'm going to watch all of the reunion because I want to. I mean, this is we're gonna have to continue this next week because
I tell you what, these whole reality. What I want to see is like a social psychologist do analyses of these things because it's amazing.
It's
See
amazing.
the dynamics. Like, listen, yeah, do I have my bachelor's? Yeah, I do in psychology, but it's of the arts. I didn't get the science part of it. So, I don't know.
You have psychology of arts?
No, it's a bachelor of arts in psychology. Yeah. Because you need to take like a different class, like the way that
So
it
you
was accredited at my
psychoanalyze art?
school. No,
What up, Bob?
no, it's the way that it was accredited in college. Like you had for that school, for it to be a science, they had to add another science course to it, a different
Okay.
science course, for it to be considered a science degree. So
That's why I
but
didn't go
I'm
to
not.
college.
I should have gone further with it, man. Because I really love this shit. I could psychoanalyze like a motherfucker.
You still can. You can go to home college and just do it from home.
I need to go to Southern Hampshire University.
There you go. Whatever. What is
what's it? SNHU.
Yeah.
SNHU. Would you like to sponsor? I'll go take your courses.
Listen, SNHU, let us know. She'll take your courses. You let her take the courses for free, and then we'll psychoanalyze this stuff and give you guys the credit for it. Okay?
Exactly.
But with that, yeah, I'm going to watch because it's just the craziness of you explaining all of it makes a lot of sense with a lot of things, but it's a 4-part, like there's like 4 hours.
Oh yeah. Well,
just
there's a lot, and I think what was such a disservice to this season was being able to hear from Katie and Tom Schwartz about what happened in their divorce, and also talking to Lala about what happened to her and Randall, because Randall's a piece of garbage and took advantage of the casting couch, and like everyone else's shit that they had done all year was just like no one really, you know what, like it just didn't happen, and no one talked about it because it was all about Sandoval and Raquel, and everyone deserved equal scrutiny in some sense, I think, in a reunion.
This is yeah. Stay tuned next week for part 2 of this, because this is interesting. This is very interesting, and I feel bad for Raquel. I really do. I really feel bad for her.
I'll try and get some clips from Raquel talking to Bethenny.
Okay.
Stassi Schroeder on her podcast, she had a little bit of reaction to the Bethenny interview, which I thought was actually very interesting, and also some clips of Ariana talking to Sheena about Raquel's interview with Bethenny, and it was nice to hear from the key players in the situation, to hear their thoughts on it. So, and then maybe I'll even bring up Tom Sandoval's interview with Howie Mandel, because that was just a mind fuck. That was just weird. So, yeah. Tom Sandoval had Howie Mandel shave his mustache off on his podcast. You gotta look it up on YouTube, bro.
Holy shit. All right. Well, with that, thank you for joining us this week. You can find us on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on the Business Party Podcast at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. You can find Mama J, Biz, and Captain Jack on 2 Jacks 1 Scotch on Thursdays at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And you can catch me on the We Don't Know Either podcast on Friday at 8 Central, 9 Pacific. Yeah, that's the only one that's different. That's at 8 Central. So, but yeah,
so
and then 9 Eastern, yeah.
6 Pacific.
And then you can join us back here next Sunday for part 2, because this is going to get better.
We're gonna have him binge watch the whole thing.
Yes, I am. I promise you, I will watch it. It's not like I've slept much, but I will watch this, because listening to you talk about it is just so interesting. You know, you make it so interesting. Like I'm like, oh, wait, but then there's this, and then there's that.
I was talking to myself about it, and I was like, fuck, I need a whiteboard. Like, I need a whiteboard so I can just like be like, so this person's connected to
Like
this person.
Charlie Day.
And like that, and it's like this honeycomb thing, and yeah.
You should get a whiteboard just behind you.
You see me roll one out.
Oh man. But with that, you're gonna hit the outro. You want me to hit the outro?
I got it.
You got it. With that, thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And let us know what else you want us to talk about. What other shows, if you're watching anything good, let us know.
We'll start bringing up Sister Wives soon.
Okay. With that,
I won't make you watch 17 seasons, I promise.
I watched 19 seasons of the Duggars in one documentary. If they make one documentary about Sister Wives, it'd be great.
That would be great. But with
that,
thanks, guys.
Clink, clink, bitches. See you next week.
Bye.